G'day, my name is David and I love my garden. Thought I'd do a quick tour of what I've got going on this spring summer. It's the 3rd of November 2019 in Melbourne, Australia. This is my garden bed number 2. Here we have got my artichoke, which coming along nicely. Just given these plants a dose of Epsom salts. I put in a spoonful to a 9-litre watering can and they will love it. So we've got some nice heads forming. I reckon in another week, 10 days, we'll be picking some artichokes. Got some broccoli coming up. Probably a bit late for broccoli, but we'll see how these guys go. Got some tomatoes in amongst here. This is my onion beds, so the onions are starting to form up now. So I've got a mixture of white, brown, sweet onions in here. On the right here, we've got 2 types of zucchinis. We've got a normal green zucchini, and they're flowering like crazy. With this little bit of rain that we're getting at the moment, these will probably be ready to pick in another 14 days. I'll be picking zucchinis. So we've got a standard dark green zucchini and a light pale zucchini. Then we switch back over here. We've got garlic. I'll be picking these once we get a few warm days. So these will be ready to pick. Oh, look at that. Little frog. On my right here, I've got a bean trellis set up. Got a variety of beans in here. We've got green climbing beans. We've got purple kings. We've got vitalis. We've got some butter beans. And in front of this, we have some carrots coming up. So the way that the sun comes up here actually rises over here, well, obviously in the east, rises and comes across that aspect. So we'll get plenty of light on the carrots here while the beans grow up, and eventually I'll train them and go across to the top of the irrigation system there. Tomatoes, got a variety of tomatoes this year. So these are our tomatoes, also giving them a dose of Epsom salts. Tomatoes, eggplants, particularly love a hit with that. Usually hit them with Epsom salts once a month. You can see a little bit of damage here on the leaves. That's from applying fertiliser at the wrong time, putting fertiliser on it when it's really hot, and it's burnt the plants. But they'll recover. They're doing okay. So we've got several different types of tomatoes there. We got beefsteaks, cherry tomatoes. We've got some. Oh gosh, what else have we got in there? All sorts. All sorts. There's 4 or 5 different varieties of tomatoes in there. On my right hand side here, we've got some button squash. These guys are already starting to form their buttons or squash. They're a beautiful round yellow squash. So we've got 4 button squash in there. And at the very end, we've got some butternut pumpkins. So they'll spread out across the back end here. Over in the back corner there, we've got some asparagus. We'll just shoot over to there. Before we hit that asparagus, we've got some onions. Now these ones here may look very squishy and overgrown. They're actually pickling onions, and you don't need to thin these guys out. You just plant them and they'll form up bulbs and beautiful round bulbs, perfect for pickling. Some more garlic in the front here, pickling onions up the back, asparagus. So these asparagus have been in here now 4 years. I've been looking after these. There's some newer ones I've planted last year. The crowns I planted back 4 years ago didn't take here, so I put some in here. You don't pick them for 3-4 seasons. And you can see the spears coming up. We're picking a healthy lot of asparagus every other day. So back through here, garlic, pickling onions. These we'll be picking these, I'm guessing, in January, February. I will form it up. These are my stray onions, I call them strays. When I thin out the onions here, I transplant the ones I pulled out here. I actually found last year that the strays that I planted actually got some pretty nice onions out of them when I thinned them out. More garlic, different varieties of garlic here. This is some garlic I've ordered in from Tasmania. So I'm interested to see how these go. I'm guessing probably the end of November, early December, we'll be pulling the garlic out. Some more artichoke, because we love artichoke. These are my seeds that I'm propagating. They'll be planting out. So we've got some eggplant in here, black beauty, tomatoes. We've got some sweet million, some gross lissy in here. So sweet million on the left, gross lissy on the right. These are some seeds that were given to me by a dear friend, and we don't know what variety they are, but they are a big, like a beefsteak type tomato. Got some more beefsteaks and gross lissys, and then some more black beauty eggplant. This is my thornless blackberry. This is the second year. First year didn't get very many blackberry on it, and the ones I got were very bitter, but we'll see this year. The growth is very prolific. These kind of plants scare me. These ones are thornless, so they're not so terrifying. But what I found is wherever a branch hits the ground, it throws down roots, and it is a real... You need a 4-wheel drive to pull them out of the ground. The roots that these things throw down. So that's a branch I cut off that hit the ground. I've cut it back as close as I could, thinking it would die. And it's taken off. So like all the other blackberries that you get, they're very voracious growers. There's more over here where it's caught the ground and it's growing. So yeah, the jury is out on this blackberry. If I don't get some good blackberry this year, I think this is going to come out, and I'll be planting something else there. That's my garden bed number 2.